Hello, everyone. Today, I want to share something very personal. It's not a lesson, not a movie, not a story I made up, but my story. My real journey with learning English. For me, English was never just a subject at school. It was a dream, a challenge, a mountain I had to climb step by step. There were days I wanted to quit, days when I felt shy or afraid to speak, or tired of repeating the same words again and again. But every time I fell, I stood up again, and now I want to tell you how I did it. Maybe you'll recognize yourself in my story. Maybe you'll find the courage to keep going, even when it feels impossible. So sit back, relax, and let me take you through my journey, from being shy and silent to finally finding my voice. When I started learning English, I was 15 years old, just 15. At that age, I was shy, really shy. Every time I tried to speak, my heart started to beat faster. I was afraid of making mistakes. Afraid of people laughing at my pronunciation. Afraid that my voice didn't sound right. I remember sitting in class, listening to others speak, and thinking, I wish I could talk like that. But when it was my turn, nothing came out, just silence and a nervous smile. My pronunciation was terrible, at least. That's what I thought. Every word sounded wrong to me. I repeated the same words again and again, but they still didn't sound like the ones in movies or songs. I wanted to speak perfectly. I wanted to sound like a native speaker. But instead, I kept making mistakes. And the more I tried to be perfect, the more nervous I became. Then one day, something changed. My English teacher looked at me and said, Don't be shy. Speak, even if it's not perfect. He smiled and said, Nobody was born speaking English perfectly. Just open your mouth and try. That simple sentence changed everything. It was like someone opened a window inside my mind and let in a little bit of light. I realized that mistakes are not the enemy. Silence is. From that moment, I started to speak. Slowly, nervously, but I spoke. The first time I spoke a full sentence in class, my hands were shaking, but my teacher smiled again and said, See, you did it. That small encouragement was enough to push me forward. I started to practice more and more. At home, in front of the mirror, sometimes even talking to myself. Then I found another way to practice, movies. I began watching movies with subtitles. At first, I didn't understand much, but I listened carefully to every word, every sound, every emotion in the actors' voices. I paused, repeated, wrote words down, spoke them aloud. Movies became my secret classroom. I didn't just watch them. I studied them. I listened to how people said hello, how they laughed, how they used expressions like, you know, I mean, come on, really? These small details taught me how people actually speak English. Not the textbook English, but the real, living English. Later, I discovered something, playing games online. At first, I played just for fun, but then I realized I could use it to practice English. I started talking to people online, real people from different countries, different accents, different ways of speaking. At the beginning, it was hard. Sometimes I didn't understand what they were saying. Sometimes I said something wrong and they laughed. But I kept going. I learned to laugh with them, to listen, to reply, to enjoy the conversation. Step by step, I became more confident. Without even noticing, I was speaking English every day, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. Now, when I look back, I can see how far I've come at 15. I could barely say a full sentence. Now I can speak freely. I can think in English. I can teach others. And the best part, I'm no longer afraid of making mistakes. Because I understand now, every mistake is a step forward. Every wrong word is part of the journey. Learning a language is not just about grammar or vocabulary. It's about courage. It's about patience. It's about believing in yourself when nobody else does. There were times I wanted to quit, times I thought, this is too hard. But I didn't stop. I took one small step every day, and those small steps became a big journey. If you are learning English right now, and you feel shy or afraid or lost, remember this. I was there too. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Speak, even if your pronunciation isn't good. Speak, even if you make mistakes. Speak, even if your voice shakes, because one day you'll realize that the shy version of you is gone, and what's left is a confident person who speaks with pride and joy. Every word you say brings you closer to your dream. Every new sentence is proof that you are growing. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It will never come. Create it. Start today. Speak today. And remember, if I did it, you can do it too. Learning English has changed my life. It opened doors. It connected me with people around the world. It gave me confidence. It gave me a voice. And I want you to have that too. So keep going, keep speaking, keep believing. Because one day you'll tell your story, just like I'm telling mine. And someone out there listening to your voice will find the courage to start theirs. Thank you for listening. This was my story, my English journey. from shy beginnings to proud moments. And remember, the journey never really ends, because every day we learn something new. So keep learning, keep dreaming, and never, ever give up. And before you go, if my story inspired you, please give this video a like. Share it with your friends who are also learning English, because maybe they need a little push. Just like I did, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you won't miss the next story. I have many more lessons, real stories, and motivational videos coming soon. So stay tuned, keep practicing, and remember, you're not alone on this journey. Together, we can all grow, learn, and speak English with confidence. See you in the next video.